Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Franchising 360 show brought to you by Fran Coach. I am Tim Parmeter, and with me, as always, is the lovely and talented Danielle Wright.
Oh, you've added stuff. Hi.
I know. I'm trying to make up for the big fight we had last week with everything. So we are here on the Franchising 360 show every week to basically, give you a 360-degree look at this amazing industry of franchising, what it's like to, and things you need to think about to become a franchise owner. How do you become more successful once you are? And how do you take an existing business and turn it into a franchise system? Today, we're going to talk about the last little piece of the discovery process. There's a bunch of names for it, but we'll talk about Meet the Team Day. That's what's coming up. I'm kind of looking forward to this. I can't believe it's taken us however many dang episodes it is to get to this.
Yeah, because it's the fun part. Well, it's the fun part, I guess. For some people, it's the agonizing part. Like, now I have to do something.
Right. Like, it is kind of the end of the process.
I have to write a check. I have to sign documents.
Yeah.
Then I have to do stuff.
Which
the rest of it was free of time.
Right. It was just time. It gets very real. And the
franchisor, because again, this is part of our series. We're gonna duke it out, right?
Right. And so part of this is let's go, bro. And so there's your bro thing, right?
Bro.
Danielle has been on the franchisor side for 15 plus years, working for brands, big and small, and running her own consulting firm. I've owned Fran Coach for the last 11, which we are helping people find the best franchise to own. So we're trying to bring a different perspective, the franchisor and the franchisee.
Because we debated about it a lot, right?
Yes.
So why not let them into our world?
Yes, yeah. Which is a little frightening for...
They may run to the hills.
Everyone, but...
For the 5 that you say are watching.
To try to get... I think we're at 6 now, so trying to not to get cocky or anything. But thanks, Mom, for tuning in. So we'd like to have those conversations just in general, but give people an idea of this is a two-sided, this is a mutual vetting process.
Well, because I think earlier on we've talked about how you didn't just go and mail order your bride, right?
Right.
I didn't receive any money. My parents didn't receive any money. So no, I made a choice to marry you.
Sucker.
Yay. So it's the same thing. Like, you're going to date a brand. You're going to get to know what that is. You're going to come to the table saying, these are my strengths. These are my weaknesses. I don't take out the trash, right? Like, people need to know those things. And that's how you got to come to the decision of, now I want to get married and let's walk down that aisle.
Yeah. I'm an excellent trash taker outer person. So,
sure.
Thanks.
You are.
But we use the term Meet the Team Day. Let's back up. And the entire process somebody, good job. Thank you. So somebody gets connected to a franchise.
Yes.
That is.
Wait. You know what we forgot?
What? I'm getting there.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm positive. I have not forgotten.
Normally you go before you're teeing up all of these things.
I'm mixing it up. We're A/B testing.
Sorry, viewers. We've gone a little off the rails today.
Meet the Team Day.
It's Friday.
Is at the end of a 6 to 8 week vetting process on average.
Traditionally, make sure you put all the caveats in there. The deets, the stars, 10
to 15 different steps.
And
it's literally, what are some of the other terms we hear bounce around in the industry besides Meet the Team Day?
Discovery Day, Decision Day,
Confirmation Day.
Confirmation Day.
Yeah, a couple brands have it specific for...
Back in the Dizzy, it was Discovery Day.
Right.
Like, when I say Dizzy, I've been doing this a long time. Like, it's Discovery Day. Like, they come, they meet with every division head.
Right.
You go into the details of what's next. Because the goal is to always say what's next.
Right. But it is designed as the last thing. So can we agree...
I don't know. Can we?
Rarely. But can we agree for this episode, it's Meet the Team Day?
Sure.
Okay. So that's what we're going to talk about, both sides. How to help get you prepared, what's going on the other side with the franchisor. But it is Friday, folks.
It is Friday.
The Friday franchise fun fact, still sadly sponsored by no one. What do you got for us?
I could take that personally, but we're not gonna. So let's pull our little note card out of this fake bag. Okay. I'm going to give you a choice. Do you want something that's specific to food? Because we do a lot of fun facts around food. Or do you want me to go rogue and throw you a curveball on the fun fact?
What do you say, watchers? Food or curveball? Curveball, they said.
All right. What's the franchise that trains astronauts?
There's a franchise that trains astronauts?
Yep.
Ooh.
I know.
There's one that's...
Think about it. Go deep, because you only get one option. I'm not giving you three like I
There's one that has like some food stuff that goes, but we're not going food.
No.
Trains astronauts?
Yeah.
I got no clue.
It's part of the NASA astronaut training program. Are you ready?
Yes.
Da-da-da-da. Are you going to do a drum thing?
Da-da-da-da.
Yeah. Jazzercise.
Stop it.
Yes. Look at your face.
Really?
I want everyone to see that face. Yes. Yep. See? Fun fact. Yay!
What do they train them on? I have more questions.
It's jazzercise. Have you done jazzercise?
Does it look like I've done jazzercise?
I'm surprised you're like, is jazzercise really a franchise? Yes, it is.
That part I knew.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Huh. I have lots of... Can we get somebody from Jazzercise on? Hey, Jazzercise people, if you'd like to be a guest on the Franchising 360 show...
Give us a call.
Yes. We're only going to talk about NASA. So that is... You threw me off with that
I know,
fact.
Archie. I'm so excited.
But now let's get to the good stuff. Let's talk about Meet the Team Day. When
exercise is not where you want to go.
During the break, we're going to do a little jazzerciser and crank up the music. When we come back, it's Meet the Team Day here on the Franchising 360 show. Hey, we are back on the Franchising 360 show. I'm Tim Parmeter with Danielle Wright. We are talking about the Meet the Team Day, the last kind of part of the discovery process, and a little bit from both sides, from the franchisor side, from the potential franchisee. So let's go over like the format first, right? So sometimes these are virtual, sometimes these are in person.
Most of the time they're in person.
Most of the time in person. There's still some after good old COVID that stayed virtual with this. What's it like? Virtual ones are always easier to kind of talk through. What's that look like typically?
Well, and if we're doing the whole franchisor franchisee, for us, hosting them in person, like, you show up differently than you would on a Zoom and your attention span is fully focused on what that is. So as a franchisor, we want the in-person of it. We also want to know that you're going to invest your time, invest your money to fly to wherever we are, take a couple of days, and understand what it means to run this business. And so speaking for franchisors, thank you for allowing me to speak for you. We want that touch point. We want to be able to know who that person is if we're doing a formal award process.
So why a virtual one then? There are still some brands that do, and nothing wrong with that, right?
I mean, some do virtual because they do so much in their discovery process, and maybe it's a brand that launches really quickly. From the time you sign a franchise agreement, you can be open and operating in 60 to 90 days, which is rare. But if that's a concept like that, then we don't want people to have to travel multiple times to a corporate headquarters and what have you. So virtual sometimes.
And I think I see it more in non-brick and mortar things that you don't have to physically, touch and see, so to speak, right? So they are there, and it's like just a big old Zoom session, right?
Right. And I've hosted them, and what we look from the franchisor side, is that going to convert? Is that going to turn someone into saying, oh my gosh, I really want to own this? Because that's the point of a meet the team, is I need to meet the team that I'm going to work with, because it's great to talk to me and my salespeople and you build rapport in that relationship, but I'm not with you going forward.
Right.
Like, you need that team that's going to be onboarding you and working with you.
Right.
So you want to have those touch points. So the virtual is sometimes out of necessity, sometimes out of economics, because it's obviously cheaper to do that for all parties. But in person, just there's something about breaking bread with people and asking questions live.
So, and again, granted, everybody's got a different path they take for this, but most franchisors follow kind of a pretty similar concept with the in-person thing. So what if I'm coming to that, what am I expecting?
You're expecting some type of food. And they will all talk about like breaking bread, even if it's not a food franchise, like sitting down, having dinner with someone, letting your guard down and just kind of being who you are. Because again, it's an award process.
Right.
I want to get to know you as a person if we're going to get married for the next 10 plus years. And so you have food associated in some form or fashion. You're generally spending the night. You're doing that with a group of people. You're never really alone at those events. You're with other prospective
I'm not
owners.
sleeping in the same room with them. Right?
No.
I got my own room. Okay,
well, if a franchise is asking you to share a room with a stranger, you should probably take a step back and reassess that situation.
But you're doing the dinner, hanging out.
You're either getting on a truck, you're going to an office, you're going to a studio, you're going to where the place of business is, and you're seeing it operate in its capacity. So when we're talking emerging and established, on the emerging side, there may not be a local franchise to you, so this is your opportunity to get in and see how it's working.
Right.
If it's an established brand, you're going to hopefully have already been to a local location, met that owner, and had that. Now it's kind of seeing, what is the owner doing what the owner's not supposed to be doing, or doing what he is supposed to be doing, and then challenging, like, not challenging that, but, you know, running parallel tracks.
And then that next, so it's kind of the dinner is kind of the first night, right? Then the next day there's and again, maybe there's some of that on-site thing, but that's just the chance to, dare we say, meet the team, right? Within that franchise.
I always stress to people, this is the time to ask any question, even the dumb ones, even the ones that you have asked 5 times because it's someone else saying it, someone else walking you through the details, and everyone is coming from a place of, you've probably already said yes. You said yes to the dress, and now you really need to go try it on, right? So the reality is you're going to that meet the team so that you get to touch, feel, and say, okay, what do I do after I sign this document? Yeah,
we hear a lot of like, oh, you should be, 80, 90% there from a and
I use that 1 to 10 scale. Like if you're on a 7 or 8, that's where you need to be before you commit to go to one of those. If you're still at a 5 or 6, we've
probably missed something.
Don't go, because it'll be a waste of your time and the Zor will be unhappy.
And you're probably going to show up negative, right? Or have the potential to show up more negative if you're not there. There should be some of that kind of excitement to, again, meet,
I reference like you're meeting the parents. Like you're not going to go get married until you've met their friends and you've met the parents.
Right.
Because their opinion matters a lot, and so you're not going to likely marry someone, and if you do, I'm so sorry, and you're stuck in that, but ultimately...
Unless it's number 2, then you run off and get married, and it's all fine.
Right.
So that's a different story. So some of the things that we're going to do during the day and some of the key components that franchisors are looking for, and that, like, for us, what we want that candidate looking for and asking...
Yeah, how do you tee them up so that they don't get denied?
Yeah, we're going to talk about that because there are some ways to do that. We're going to talk about that when we come back here on the Franchising 360 show. Hey, we are back on the Franchising 360 show. Tim Parmeter alongside Danielle Wright talking about Meet the Team Day.
Yes.
Franchisors, you guys, everybody within, and it is meeting the team. So there could be tons of people part of the franchisor, all the different departments that are there.
Yes.
Most of which kind of have a say in how, me as a candidate, how I show up, right?
They're all evaluating a candidate. And that's kind of the point, right? The franchisor, the CEO does not always want to make that decision, especially in the emerging brands where it's still very much you're joining a family and a group of people and it's a community, and they don't want the wrong person coming in from a personality perspective that's not going to mold and mesh well. From the established brands, you meet people because they're actually kind of interviewing you. When I was at a very large brand, you had an interview with each of the executives at a round table. You had to bring a business plan, you had to bring a pro forma, and they sat across from you on one side of the table and they were asking you questions about your business.
Yeah.
So they want to make sure you're great operators when you're at a bigger brand. At a smaller one, we want to make sure you're a great person, and we can kind of teach you how to do all of those things from there. But that's why it's so many different, we talked about, right? Meet the team, decision day, discovery day, because they're equally discovering who you are, because you've been working with this one person this whole entire time.
Yeah.
You've met a few people, but...
Right. That person you've been working with this whole time, they could be a dirty liar and telling you all sorts of stuff, but now all of a sudden you're there and well, so-and-so told me about marketing, and well, now here's the head of the marketing department and 2 or 3 people on their team. oh, they're all saying the same thing, and you get a little bit more in depth with it.
And then as on the franchisor side, when working with consultant groups like yourself and others, what we value about the partnership and why we continue to use those partners is because hopefully you're prepping that person who's coming here. Because when you get the person that's not really prepped and understanding what fire they're getting ready to jump into, it gets everybody else a little bit more on guard or off guard. And then if you all are not doing your job, which there are a handful of you that don't, like, hey, let me just send you this.
I mean, not within Fran Coach, but
sure, we'll say that for this audience here. But the reality is some do, some don't. But that's the value of the partnership of working with a consultant.
Yeah, no, and like literally we have with our team an entire Meet the Team Day checklist that we go through, and our clients have access to it as well, to make sure you need to have checked basically all the boxes. It really should be that last piece of the puzzle.
Yeah,
and
putting
you walk
faces to names.
Right, and you walk away, and we'll get folks that'll ask us, like, hey, what questions should I ask or whatever? And really more like, what do you want to ask? But I want people to focus on the people within that brand, right? You need to feel to some degree that you're in the right room with them. Like, hey, do you trust these people? Do you feel like they're going to have your back?
Are they approachable, right? Because if you can't ask the questions there, you're never going to be able
you
to
ask a question and somebody, that's a stupid question, Tim. Like, yikes, okay, right? Or, and so the questions you're asking matter a little bit too for people.
But let's debate this out, right? Because there's questions.
We love this, and this is what we want to talk about.
We have really good stories.
What could get somebody denied at the last minute?
Yeah.
And this is one. There's a big difference between questioning and asking questions, right? Like,
we call it asking questions, seeking
to understand versus why are you doing that?
Right.
And you had somebody recently show up not seeking to understand.
Well, I think they were seeking to understand, but there's like a level of questions, right? You can ask a handful, but when a handful becomes a dozen, then...
Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that?
Right.
Why are you doing this?
And the words, right? Like, why? Well, you should have unpacked that before.
Right.
You should have unpacked that prior to.
Or certainly don't tell the franchisor ways to improve. Probably not.
Well, that's happened a couple of times.
Right.
But limit yourself. Right.
So,
because us as the franchisor are going to say, all we see in you right now is that you're going to question everything that we're telling you to do. And that's not what we're looking for.
Right. You want to learn more absolutely all day. You want
Tell me how to do this, not why to do it.
Correct. And we'll talk with
because
folks.
I said so.
We'll talk with folks about the questions where you're seeking to understand. Are you still trying to learn about that brand to confirm it's the right fit? Okay. But once your questions turn to operating and running the business, like take a second and go, yeah, you found it. Right, because you're
it's the what's next.
Right, because you're already in Discovery Day, Meet the Team Day. It's not training.
No,
right. It's the people who are going to train and support you.
But I get a lot of people at Meet the Team Day that think like I'm already in and like I need to get into the weeds.
Right.
No, you just need to make sure this is.
So it's just we're just confirming this is the right fit. And then we're going to and these are the people that are going to train you and help you. It's a very subtle switch that most people don't even catch themselves doing, but it causes frustration.
Yes.
Right?
On both sides, really, because then you feel like you've wasted time. We feel like we've wasted time and money. And
I'm
now
asking these questions and all they're doing is telling me it's part of training. Yes, because you're already there. You've already found the
and on top of it, it's proprietary. So what the heck are you buying?
Correct.
Like,
I'm not giving you the recipe.
If I'm going to give you a check for this, like what... I could just tell you all of these things, and now you can go start a competing business.
And you're not going to give me the recipe for the literal or figurative recipe until, like
we have inked this contract.
Correct, right? There's a couple other things that can get people denied, and these are fun. We're going to hit up a couple of these when we come back on the Franchising 360 show. We are back on the Franchising 360 show. Tim Parmeter with Danielle Wright, talking about Meet the Team Day, that last step in this whole discovery process. If we're going to do this sucker or not. Story time.
Yay! We're so horrible.
What have you seen? Give us a story. Like what's got somebody...
Okay, so not approved or awarded.
Correct.
Like we never ever tell people like no, right? Because that kind of hurts your ego a little bit.
I got some no stories.
You got like a no, like a flat out no. Well, I could see that, but for us, it's more of like a contingency factor, but it's not telling you no. It's like, hey, but who's going to change their personality? So I had someone that it was a no, the questioning, seeking to understand.
Telling the franchise how to change what
how to change all of the things. I got a no with a person that through the discovery process had done a CEO call. All of these calls showed up great virtually. He came in person and had the worst attitude, was negative, said a lot of curse words, like did a lot of things that you're like, oh no, you did not show up this way through the discovery process. And that was a big old fat, like, nope, we're not gonna take you. Franchises run background checks, just so everybody is aware. Those come back generally around the time that you're coming to meet the team day. So I get a big old, it's not a no, but can you explain this? It wasn't brought up in your application. Like, kind of walk me through what this is. But it's generally communication style. Like, or they can sense fear. Like, franchisors can sense fear. Like, we can tell when you are not ready, and we generally take it away and say, maybe this is not the right thing for you.
You see, your stories are boring.
I know.
So
because I get the like Dear John letters, like whether you're breaking up with me or I'm breaking up with them, it's not a long drawn out thing. You guys get the big old black and white of why it's not.
I've seen people on both sides where hey, let's have a nice meal together the night before. But there tends to be this thing called alcohol involved, and we've had some people that like this isn't your college party, right?
You got one of those recently, right?
And I've had one also on the other side where the franchisor was like drunk during dinner, right? And making a fool of them. Then you're like, this isn't what I want to be around.
This isn't the culture I want.
But I had something, we go back to the questioning, maybe the second person ever I had go to a meet the team day, and mind you, at this point, I don't know anything about the industry, and I'm still like, well, he's ready to go. You're going to take him.
He's got a check. He's ready to give you cash. Let's go.
And it was a food franchise. And I'm talking to him afterwards, and he's well, I don't know. I'll probably do 5 of these or whatever. And meanwhile, I'm excited, right?
Yeah.
And so I call the franchisor, and literally they're like, hell no. And I'm like, what? And he goes, we're at a point where we're ready to ask him to step outside. And I'm like, you're going to make him leave? It's like, no, we were ready to fight.
Oh.
He sat there in the back and arms crossed and questioned everything. A couple of times just literally said, that's wrong to the franchisor. Don't do that. I mean, that should be common sense, but my thing, if common sense was common, it would just be called sense. So don't act like a moron, and don't act like you're in college getting drunk. Should be simple things, but we say it to every single person. Because it's like the little thing on the coffee at McDonald's.
It's still an interview. It's still an interview, yeah.
Content's maybe hot. Look, we have to put that because somebody did something,
didn't think they
somebody
were
dumb,
hot.
right? So, but it should, the piece of it, I think, and you've been to way more of these than me.
A lot.
It should be fun, right? It should be a fun, chance to meet the people. It should be exciting.
Yep.
All of those things. And we tell all of our people, at the end of the day, you're going to the airport, right? You're either going to go, you're going to be running, screaming there, get me away from these people, or you're going to be there with a smile. And man, I hope they award us. I can't wait to get started. And you're already in that.
And that's the key, is because on our side, we're hearing, when do we hear? When do we hear? I'm like, it's really not as formal as you think it is. Calm down. I'm not sending you a trophy or anything. We're not giving you a medal around your neck. It's going to be an email that says, thank you, you're awarded.
Yes. And then here's the, take, and always take a moment, celebrate, relax, congratulations, all of those things. But then it's time to get to work with everything that happens next.
But there are some stories we could probably go on. I'm triggering my brain because, Lord have mercy.
I know. So, but that is a little bit about Meet the Team Day on both sides. When you're ready to learn a little bit more on how to do this, we're at francoach.net. Check out our YouTube channel, all of our episodes of our TV show, our Franchising 101 podcast, and a bunch of other stuff. And next week, we're going to talk about real estate once you become a franchise owner. Exciting and terrifying all at the same time. That's Danielle Wright. I'm Tim Parmeter, and this has been the Franchising 360 Show.